Hello folks, welcome back to the show here on Flick Director. I give you all the latest that happened in entertainment news throughout the week, and then I give you guys my personal take on the matter at hand. I'm your host, Austin Plum, and by the way, before I go on with this week's show, I just want to let you all know that we are holding a contest to give away a free copy of Queen Slim. I don't know if it's in 4K or Blu-ray, I'll put it right here. But if you guys want to find out how you can possibly win a free copy of Queen Slim, wait to the end of the video, and I will tell you guys about the contest then. But anyways, moving on with this week's show. So starting off this week's show, our first story is that James Gunn has wrapped shooting The Suicide Squad. So if you guys have not been following the production of Suicide Squad, you will all know that after James Gunn got fired originally from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, apparently he went to DC, if I remember correctly, and DC apparently gave him pretty much any project that he wanted. But James Gunn decided to do the Suicide Squad sequel, which is now a soft reboot slash sequel, which has a couple of the main cast from the original film. Now, from what I remember from the production of the Suicide Squad, I believe they finished filming, I believe in Panama City, if I remember correctly. James Gunn took to Instagram to celebrate, saying, now, I don't remember the entire thing, but he said something along the lines of that essentially 2 days before he started shooting, his father died, which is very unfortunate, to which my deepest condolences. But then 2 days before they finished shooting, his dog, Von Spears, had died, to which, if you guys don't know the story of Von Spears, I believe Von Spears was a rescue dog that James Gunn had adopted, which I think, by the way, all of the praise towards that, seriously. Now, I don't remember all the words that he put in that post, so I'm going to be paraphrasing here, but he did say that while it was a very hard shoot, it was the most fulfilling of his entire career, that all of his crew were very kind of his cast, and that he cannot wait to share this movie with us. And I'm honestly really excited as well, because the Suicide Squad, given how much I've been hearing about not only the film but the script, this is in my top 3 most anticipated films of 2021, right along with The Batman. And to James Gunn, I cannot wait to see what you have in store for us for the Suicide Squad. I cannot wait to see what you're going to do for a DC movie. Moving on to our next news story of the week, we got some news on the new James Bond film, No Time to Die, and that the runtime of the film has been revealed. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I cannot wait for No Time to Die. We're a little over a month from release. I still cannot believe it's so close. But at this point, I'm really excited. I'm a massive James Bond fan. Casino Royale and Skyfall being among my top favorites, along with GoldenEye and also Dr. No, of course. You gotta love the original. But like I just mentioned, the latest update for No Time to Die is that the film's runtime has been revealed, and the film's runtime is 2 hours and 43 minutes. I believe, if I remember correctly, the longest Bond film to date. Here's the thing, and this is the only criticism I will say when it comes to No Time to Die. Given that Spectre was about 2.5 hours long, there were times when that film felt a little bit longer than 2.5 hours. However, given that this is Daniel Craig's final Bond film, I expect this film to be longer than 2.5 hours. Now, I've heard a lot of people on Twitter saying, why is this film over 2.5 hours? Well, here's the thing, guys, I will say is this. If we could get Endgame, which is about 3 hours, I'm pretty sure we can get through 2 hours and 43 minutes of a Bond film. I mean, like I mentioned before, not only is this Daniel Craig's last Bond film, but this is a freaking James Bond film. Again, it's Bond. If we can sit through a 3-hour Avengers film, I'm pretty sure we can all sit through an over 2-hour and 40-minute James Bond film. And plus, this is from the same guy who did True Detective. So if you're a fan of True Detective, if you've seen that show, guaranteed that the narrative for this film is going to be amazing. But yes, if we can watch an Avengers film that's 3 hours, I'm pretty certain that we will have no problem with a 2-hour and 43-minute Bond film. Otherwise, bring this film on. I cannot wait to see what Daniel Craig does in his last outing, and I cannot wait to see what Cary Fukunaga has in store. And most importantly, I can't wait to hear Hans Zimmer's score and Billie Eilish's Bond theme. This is going to be amazing. I hope it is. Alright, so moving on to our second to final news story of the week. Right when I thought that video game adaptations were getting better, I forgot that there is one particular one coming out this year that I am just not looking forward to seeing at all, and that is the video game adaptation of Monster Hunter. Now, if you guys have not played Monster Hunter, it's a lot of fun. It's a game that doesn't really have a story to it, but there have been multiple games in the series. But to give you guys the basic premise, tomato, I'm sorry. But basically in the games, you go as a person that is hunting monsters through many different methods. You use a crossbow, you use a gun, you use twin swords, you use great swords. You're essentially just hunting different types of monsters. There's really no story, and if there is a story, it's a very minor story. I know in Monster Hunter World, you were trying to take down basically the biggest, most badass monster that's trying to basically cause the humans to go extinct. And the games have a very over-the-top tone with this very vibrant color palette. And the director of the film is Paul W.S. Anderson. You may know him as the director of the Resident Evil films, to which I like the first film, but otherwise, those films are garbage. I hate the last one in particular. He's been shooting Monster Hunter for the past year, and the first poster came out, and I gotta tell you guys, I'm gonna put the poster right here. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I hate the look of this poster so much. Now, I will say this, the armor on Milla Jovovich, it looks okay, and I will say that they got the sword design right, but otherwise, this is a very dull and just muted look for the film. And if you guys have played the Monster Hunter games, like I mentioned before, you will all know that even in the most barren lands of the game, it has a very vibrant color palette to it, with a very fun feel to it. And just from getting from this poster alone, now I know you can't really judge a book by its cover, but given the look of the poster alone, it looks like it's going to be a much more serious film, when it should be just a fun, cartoonish movie. That's all it should be. But given how the poster looks now, again, we haven't seen any footage, but given how this one poster looks and given the director of the film, I don't know what to say about this film. I mean, I'm hoping I'm wrong, but given how Paul W.S. Anderson treated the Resident Evil series, I have little to no hope for this movie. I want to have some hope, so we'll see. But other than that, I'm just praying that the trailer is at least okay. Moving on to our final news story of the week, we had some trailer news, and that the first trailer for the Candyman remake hit the webs this Thursday. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when it comes to the original Candyman, I did not see the original until literally last week. I'm dead serious. And by the way, love the original Candyman. I thought it was a really cool and a really nice twist on the Bloody Mary folklore. If you guys have not seen the original Candyman, essentially, if you look in the mirror to give the premise of the movie, you would say Candyman's name 5 times in the mirror, and afterwards, he'd kill you. And those who know me personally know that I'm huge on urban legends, folklores, and mythological creatures, so I'm all into this stuff. And when I heard that they were doing a Candyman remake, I just thought, why? But then I saw the trailer and I just thought, okay, I'm in. Now, the biggest difference from what I'm seeing from the original film and the remake is that, from what I could tell anyways, in the remake, the original character, if I'm thinking correctly, is Candyman. So I wonder why they went in this direction, but knowing that Jordan Peele co-wrote this film, I got some high hopes for this film. But other than that, this looks really cool. It looks really freaky. I don't remember the guy's name, but he was Dr. Manhattan in the Watchmen series on HBO, to which, by the way, if you guys have not seen the Watchmen HBO series, please, I implore you to watch all. That series is phenomenal. I mean, the limited season is amazing. And it looks like a good time. It looks like a remake so far done right, but we can only hope when it comes out. Don't know the actual release date, so I'm putting it right here. Other than that, I'm sold. Cannot wait to see this movie. Alrighty, guys, that is going to do it for this week's show. Please comment down, let me know below. How do you guys feel about James Gunn wrapping up production on the Suicide Squad, or at least wrapping filming? Are you guys even more excited to see it, especially seeing his Instagram post? Also, how do y'all feel about the Candyman remake trailer? Are you guys even more excited to see the movie knowing that the trailers come out? Also, when it comes to the Monster Hunter posters, are you huge fans of the game? Are you excited to see Paul W.S. Anderson's take? And finally, when it comes to No Time to Die, how do you guys feel about the film's running time? Do you feel like that 2 hours and 43 minutes is a bit too long, or do you wish it was actually longer? Let us know below. Now, before I close out this week's show, I did mention earlier that we are giving away a free copy of Queen Slim, and if you guys want to find out how to enter to win a free copy, all you gotta do is go to the description below, follow the rules, and good luck. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's show. If so, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell for whenever a new video from us goes live. If you guys want to see any of our previous 2 shows, please click either right there or there. And of course, until next week's show, we will see you guys next week. Have a great week, guys.